Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I said on numerous occasions that the Americans and the Russians have open channels of communication behind the scenes where they gauge one another and they inform. Hey, if you do this, this is what I'm going to do, don't do this. They negotiate. They let each other know what they're going to do in case you guys do this. We're going to do this. So it's a negotiation. I said it also on numerous occasions that this war in Ukraine between United States primarily and US's or Al Capone's weasels and Russia on the other side, or on the other hand, is a controlled war. It's not an all war, it's a controlled one. We're going to give them this, but they cannot do this. We're going to give them this now, but they cannot do this. Okay, if they do this, we're not going to hit you. That's like a bazaar. Let me show you my evidence provided by the Russians. So it's not something that, I don't know, the neighbor came and told me, hey, Emil, they're actually communicating. I knew that. So let's see. This article comes from Russia Today, September 17th, 2023. Russian top spy reveals CIA contacts. Of course, and not only. Washington remains Moscow's most, I'm quoting, most dangerous and uncompromising adversary, Sergei Narishkin has said. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Services, SVR, maintains contacts with CIA. Its head, Sergei Narishkin, told the Russian National Defense magazine last week. Such communication helps reduce unnecessary tensions. Oh, so some tensions are necessary and some are not necessary? It seems like. Even though uncertainty is growing over the outcome of the geopolitical standoff between Russia and the West, he said. Consultations, that's how he called them, between the SVR and the CIA are of a rare but regular nature. Regular, like a briefing. Narishkin said when asked if a direct communication link between the two intelligence services still exists and whether it could be, quote-unquote, used again. And I'm quoting, professional dialogue is itself it's useful, particularly for reducing international tension and misunderstandings between nations. That means, don't do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, okay, do that, and then you're going to see this. Okay, I'm going to take my chances here. The Russian spy chief added, without revealing how often the two services communicate. Even though, I don't know if you guys know, during the Soviet times, Soviet Union and the United States of America, they still had open channels of communications. They were communicating even economically. They communicated. It was a controlled little spot. I punch you one time, you punch me, ow, and so on. Ow, yeah, that was too hard. Oh, mom, sorry, my baby doll. No, it is known that Narishkin spoke to his U.S. counterpart William Burns face-to-face in November 2022. At that time, the two intel chiefs met in the Turkish capital Ankara. The White House said the discussions focused on the consequences of a potential use of nuclear weapons. What does that mean? Don't do it. Well, I will. No, I won't. Yes, you will. Blah, blah, blah. The White House said the discussion focused on the consequences. Okay, Burns was, and I'm quoting, not discussing settlements of the war in Ukraine, end quote, a White House official emphasized at the time. Back in February, Burns described the discussions he had with the Russian officials as dispiriting and accused the Russian spy chief of having a, quote-unquote, very defiant attitude with a sense of cockiness and hubris. Well, what do you want? You want to destroy him and you want him to be a gentleman with you? Or what? Of course, defiant. That means I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. You're not my boss. You're not better than I am. Shut the fuck up. Go back and you continue fighting against us. Oh my God, you're defiant. You should just lay down your weapons and we're going to kick your ass with our allies like we did to the Iraqis for a little while in Afghanistan. In his interview with the National Defense magazine, Narishkin said he merely explained Russia's geopolitical interests in Ukraine to his U.S. counterpart. And I'm quoting, nothing that would go beyond that was said on my part. On my part, it means he said something, the other one. He added, the SVR chief said that Burns might have perceived Russia's determination to achieve the goals of its military campaign in Ukraine as defiant. Yeah, you can't have your own interest. We tell you what your interest should be. That's how a boss talks to a subordinate. US officials still, and I'm quoting, fail to avoid using ideological cliches. What did I tell you? They speak with they have an ideology, they have a wishful thinking, and they use the cliches. You're bad, we're good. Even in, and I'm quoting, business-like talks, the top spy said. He also admitted that Russia still I didn't read the article. Now, if his guy's gonna say partner, the word partner, I'm gonna... Oh, okay. He also admitted that Russia still considers the US its quote-unquote most dangerous and uncompromising geopolitical opponent. Okay, are they gonna still consider them partners or something? Those guys want to hang you and you consider them partners. Jesus. Narishkin also accused Washington of plotting to make Russia suffer a quote-unquote military defeat. You bet. In Ukraine, adding that it was a miscalculation. Well, that remains to be seen. The idea of enforcing quote-unquote international isolation of Russia in an increasingly multipolar world was nothing but an anachronism as well, he added. Yeah, I mean, the world is witnessing quote-unquote growing uncertainty over the political outcome of the current geopolitical standoff, end quote, between Russia and the West in Ukraine, Narishkin stressed. At the same time, an increasing number of actors in the international arena want to localize the fighting and prevent it from becoming a quote-unquote trigger for a total military conflict. Total, yeah. So they want to keep it a little bit contained, but I can do this, but you can't do that in return because I'm your boss and you're bad, I'm good. These are just idiotic, infantile worldviews or stereotypes or ideologies. So yes, my friends, I told you, and it was not like a genius. Oh, I told you so. Give me my medal up right here. No, it was not like that. I think this just confirms something that anyone should understand. But hey, they say, no, you don't talk to those guys. We isolate them. My friends. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.